You're sitting in class. The teacher is talking about something, but you're not there. You're on a starship commanding a fleet. You're giving the speech that changes history. You're finally telling them exactly what you should have said. Welcome to the world of daydreamers, where the mind wanders and reality becomes optional. Daydreaming isn't just procrastination or boredom. It's a fundamental feature of human consciousness. Psychologist Jerome Singer, who spent decades studying this phenomenon, identified daydreaming as a natural, universal human experience. Here's what happens in your brain. When you daydream, you activate something called the default mode network, a series of connected brain regions that light up when we're not focused on the outside world. This network consumes about 20% of your brain's energy, even when you're doing nothing. But not all daydreaming is created equal. Singer categorized daydreamers into 3 types. Positive constructive daydreamers, those whose fantasies are playful, creative, and plan-oriented. Guilty dysphoric daydreamers, those who experience their fantasies as uncontrollable, obsessive, and filled with anxiety. Poor attentional control, those who simply can't focus and drift unintentionally. And this is where it gets interesting, because for most of history, we only studied the problem. We called it mind-wandering and treated it as a cognitive failure. We were wrong. Modern research has revealed something surprising. Daydreaming is essential for human flourishing. When you daydream, your brain isn't idling. It's consolidating memories, simulating future scenarios, and making creative connections that focused thinking can't achieve. Studies show that people who daydream frequently score higher on measures of creativity and problem-solving ability. Daydreaming serves as emotional regulation. It's a mental sandbox where you can rehearse difficult conversations, process trauma, or explore identities you can't express in daily life. It's no coincidence that many of history's greatest innovators, Einstein, Tesla, Darwin, were prolific daydreamers. But here's the critical distinction. Functional daydreaming enhances life. Maladaptive daydreaming consumes it. In 2002, psychologist Eli Sommer identified a condition he called maladaptive daydreaming, a compulsive fantasy activity that replaces human interaction and interferes with daily functioning. A 2024 meta-analysis of nearly 25,000 participants found that maladaptive daydreaming is associated with depression, anxiety, dissociation, OCD, ADHD, and trauma history. People with this condition spend an average of 57% of their waking hours in fantasy worlds, compared to just 16% for typical daydreamers. But here's what makes this condition unique. Sufferers describe their daydreams as intensely pleasurable. They're not passive thoughts, they're immersive experiences with plots, characters, and emotional arcs that can span years. Music, movement, and vivid imagery serve as triggers that deepen the immersion. The daydreams function as escape, short-term emotional relief that creates long-term dysfunction. Research shows it operates like a behavioral addiction, with cravings, tolerance, and withdrawal. Studies reveal a vicious cycle. Obsessive-compulsive symptoms often precede daydreaming episodes, and the daydreaming temporarily reduces distress, only to increase shame and isolation later. The fantasy world becomes more rewarding than reality, making reality increasingly intolerable. Who becomes a maladaptive daydreamer? Research points to several risk factors. Childhood trauma is a significant predictor. Fantasy becomes a coping mechanism when reality is unsafe or uncontrollable. High fantasy proneness, the ability to become deeply absorbed in imaginary experiences, combines with difficulties in emotion regulation to create the perfect storm. Interestingly, studies show the condition affects women more frequently, with stronger associations between maladaptive daydreaming and anxiety or depression in female participants. But men are not immune. The condition shows different comorbidity patterns across genders. The internet has been crucial for this community. Before Summers' research, sufferers thought they were alone. Online communities provided validation, and the term maladaptive daydreaming itself. Patients named their own condition because existing diagnoses didn't capture their experience. The good news? This condition is treatable. Because maladaptive daydreaming isn't yet in the DSM or ICT, many therapists are unfamiliar with it, but specialized interventions are emerging. Mindfulness-based approaches show promise, helping individuals observe their urges without acting on them. Response prevention techniques, borrowed from OCD treatment, can interrupt the cycle before immersion begins. And addressing underlying trauma is often essential. A 2023 randomized controlled trial found that a brief self-guided web-based mindfulness program significantly reduced maladaptive daydreaming symptoms. The key is recognizing that the daydreams served a purpose. They were adaptive once, even if they've become maladaptive now. Daydreaming is neither virtue nor vice. It's a tool. Used wisely, it fuels creativity, emotional processing, and future planning. Used compulsively, it becomes a prison of one's own making. The psychology of daydreamers reminds us that our inner worlds are powerful, capable of both our greatest creations and our most isolating escapes. The question isn't whether to dream, but whether our dreams serve our lives or consume them. If you recognized yourself in this video, you're not alone, and you're not broken. You're a daydreamer, and now you know the psychology behind it. Subscribe and press the bell icon to get notification of more upcoming videos.